Welcome back, WGC fans. I'm here with Ian Hardesty. I'm Trent Maxwell. We're going to do some driver testing today, but we're going to do a little different driver testing. So this one is a driver from 2008. So what we were trying to do with this session was just to kind of show, if you have an older driver, what might be possible going from an older driver that was maybe fit at the time, Ian, or maybe not, to a modern driver and see what the differences are. So we actually have this. We might have another surprise that we're going to put in, but we're not picking on any companies here, but this is the Callaway FT-IQ. It's a square driver. At the time, actually, I thought it was going to be really good because of how forgiving it was. It also has the iMix capabilities, which was also kind of cool. The iMix was basically heads and shafts, so you could actually buy them as two separate parts and put them together. All that being said, we're going to watch Ian hit some drivers here and kind of get some impressions.
I haven't hit this in 10 years. We'll see where it goes.
10 years, okay. Is he going to be able to keep this on the range?
Oops.
Uh-huh. I guess when you have a swing as good as Ian's, it doesn't really matter how old the driver is.
That was short, though.
Short?
That was short.
I want to be that short.
Oh, there you go.
I guess it wasn't that forgiving. Oh boy. I think you hit that one in the Twinsburg.
Oh, that's just so spinny.
Yeah, that one was like an airplane taking off. So he also kind of picked Callaway, well, his gamer's Callaway. So it was nice that his 2008 model driver was a Callaway as well. So we can kind of see where Callaway's come from in the last 14 years.
There's my shot.
Our ball flight's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
You know. You picked up. It's only 11 yards farther than your best.
It's funny because I also picked up speed.
So why do you think that is?
Was I'm swinging too fast that the club can't keep up?
I would say.
Because I didn't feel like I swung harder.
Okay.
You know, I could. That's my normal. It's 120.
So your best one with your old driver, well, the ancient driver, was 290 carry and 316 total.
Yeah.
That very first one you hit there was 302 and 335.
Yeah, that's my shot though.
That's your shot, and that's pretty efficient there. You picked up 18 yards total.
Yeah.
So I would say, why did you pick up speed? The biggest reason I think you picked up speed is just aerodynamics. Aerodynamics has changed a tremendous amount from square and designed to be forgiving to more of this arrow shape, this arrow cyclone shape that Callaway did with the speed driver. Even though this is a year-old driver, this is still
a fast driver.
It's a fast driver and still being used on tour. So it's not like it's not that old.
Yeah. There you go.
That one's pretty good.
A little short. Oh.
Short of what? Going in that person's house at the end of the range? It's got to be close. 306 carry, 336 total. So I'd say the biggest difference, there's a lot of differences. When Callaway made that IQ driver, they were really, really focused on forgiveness. So that's why they made that square driver. That also is going to have some effects in the aerodynamic side of things. The driver used currently, way more aerodynamic, way more workable, but also designed to be a little bit hotter off the face. So all told, even if I take out the really spinny bad one down here for a second. But that was, you said the swing felt good.
It's a little off the bottom of the face.
Right. Big difference in forgiveness. Even though that driver was designed to be forgiving. But from a distance standpoint, you're looking at 304 total on the average. You were carrying this one 302. So you're carrying this one farther than the other one was rolling out to. The biggest difference is just spin. I mean, you're at 3,200, again, designed to be forgiving, versus one that's designed to be a distance monster at 2,100. Height-wise, 109 down to 92. I mean, again, pretty substantial difference there. Flight-wise, it was, I mean, that 92 is pretty much perfect. Landing in at 33 degrees, which is almost optimum carry, optimum roll. So what we decided to do is, this was another driver you had. So this is, again, not trying to pick on any companies or anything like this. This is a driver we fit you for 6 years ago, 5 years ago. This is a 917 D3. So it's not quite as old as the original Callaway that you had, and obviously not your Gamer that you're using now. So just want to see, I mean, this just showing you if you're leaving yards on the table type of thing.
Oh, hello. God, I felt like I faded that one. That one actually went pretty far.
That one did go pretty far. So the biggest reason we kind of changed away from this was this the previous driver you had? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay, so this one you had it in play for a few years, and we did the fitting. And the biggest thing you were looking for was when you made a certain swing, you expected a certain result. And this driver, again, not a knock on a Titleist drivers at all, just it didn't do what you expected it to do when you made a swing. So, and we're kind of seeing that.
We're seeing. Like, that feels like a fade.
So that's another one that felt like you cut it, but yet it ended up
God, I hit that.
well left of target.
Yeah.
Now, shaft's different. Obviously, the head's different.
Yeah. The head's smaller, I believe. Right? D3.
A little bit smaller, but not a lot. It was about 15 cc's smaller.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can see why we got rid of this driver. Again, it's not a knock on Titleist driver. It's just it just didn't work. It doesn't work for you.
It worked back 6 years ago.
Correct. But your swing changed as well. I mean, the speed, club head speed was there.
Yeah.
The ball speed was certainly, it wasn't lacking ball speed. The ball speed was still a little faster with the speed, but the control was certainly way better.
Correct.
With the speed. So again, just not always are we going to gain distance with newer drivers. Sometimes it's just the forgiveness is a little bit better. The AI technology in the face of that epic speed makes it a little bit better. It's just a little bit more forgiving all over the face. So we can get results that we're looking for. When we make a certain swing, we want to expect a certain result.
Like, I don't want to go left.
Yeah, if we're trying to fight left, yeah, that driver would not, today, that driver would not be the best bet or best fit for you.
Correct.
So I think it's a perfect example of technology changes and what's kind of happened over the years. I mean, throwing in, that IQ, the IQ was forgiving. It tended, other than that one outlier, it tended to want to go straight.
Correct.
It was just spinny and a little short. The Titleist driver, again, not a knock on it, but it just was kind of going a little all over the place. And then your driver, it did what you expected it to. And you had your miss, but you expected that miss to the right, and you had two that you kind of hit right down the gut as good as you could hit them. Yeah. So, I guess a word to the wise for people out there. If you have a driver that's a couple years old, if it's not doing what you expect it to do, maybe it's a good idea to at least get looked at. And you might not be giving up anything.
Yeah.
But it's nice to try some stuff that's out there and see if there's possibly a better fit for you. Our job here is to try to give you a better chance. We can't swing the golf club for you. So But if we can give you a better chance, that's what we're trying to do. This concludes another episode of WGC Fits. Thanks for tuning in.